Hi guys, Swansea here, back again for another video and back again for another match preview. The Swans are versing Coventry City tomorrow night at the Liberty Stadium. So before I actually get onto the preview, guys, let me know down below in the comments section. I've actually got my microphone on my Xbox holding up against something. It's more like a thing which came with it, I don't know how to explain it. But let me know if you can hear me okay. Well, you should, because otherwise there'll be no video. But let me know what the sound quality is like. Is it better with me holding it or just stacked up against my Xbox? So let's get back onto the preview. Swansea City then are currently 4th in the Sky Bet Championship with 56 points, with the visitors Coventry City currently in 20th place with 34 points. On the weekend then, Swans lost 4-1 away to Huddersfield, so let's talk about that game a little bit. Unfortunately, it was a very, very poor performance when we got dominated for the majority of the game. Even that goal for half-time level things up. We expected to come out second half, be on top of the game and maybe get a few goals, but it just wasn't like it. And maybe it was due to because Ryan Bennett came off half-time and the back line just went to fold. I don't really know what it was. I can't put my finger on it. Let's just hopefully we can forget about it. Hopefully the players have realised their mistakes in that game. There were so many mistakes to pick out from. But we've got to bounce back. Brentford lost on the weekend again. Has 3 losses in a row for them. So, they can't lose much more. I'm expecting them to get back to winning ways tomorrow night against Sheffield Wednesday. But, it was a very, very poor performance. Fraser Campbell scoring as well, which is just the cherry on the cake. And a former Cardiff City player scoring. He was just, opening the scoring as well to make it even worse. And obviously, worse news for Swansea City fans is probably Jordan Morris out for the season, ACL injury. He's gone back to Seattle Sounders now. So, he's no longer a Swansea City player, I'm guessing, because he's gone back to America to recover from his injury. Really big shame, really. Jordan Morris provided that something different that Jamalo and Andre doesn't have. The little bit of physicality and pace. He's not the quickest, but he's got physicality. Lowe's quick, but does he really have the physicality? So he kind of combined Jamalo and Andre into one player, and it's just a really big shame. I like Jordan Morris in the few minimal games he did play. He looked bright, he looked sharp. And, it's just really unfortunate, just our luck. But Coventry City then, they had a great 2-0 victory over Brentford on the weekend. Really good result for us, actually. Obviously, that game was an early kick-off, so we knew the result before we went into our game against Huddersfield. Maybe the pressure took a toll on us. But Coventry, that was their first win in 5 games. Swansea City have had 2 losses over the last 3 games as well, including the Man City game. Coventry City are the only side from the weekend who did win. In the Sky Bet Championship then, Swansea City are 4th in the Sky Bet Championship with 56 points. Got Watford above them on 57 points. Brentford on 2nd with 57 points above Watford and goal difference, and you got Norwich way out in top with 64 points. We do have 2 games in hand on all 3 of those teams though, so we are versing Blackburn in the next couple of weeks, which is one of our games in hand. But we can still catch up to 2nd. We can no longer go above Norwich, though, as we did lose. But Norwich, I can't see them win every other game until the end of the season, so there's going to be a lot more twists and turns, but we just got to get back to winning ways. So according to FootMob average ratings, then the 3 best players of Coventry City this season are Callum O'Hare with 6.72, Sam McCallum with a 6.87, and in first place Gustavo Hamer with 7.01. So those are the 3 key players to look out for tomorrow night. So for Swansea City then, we've got an even bigger injury list after the weekend. Out for this game is Stephen Bender, Brandon Cooper, Wayne Routledge, Liam Cullen, Jordan Morris and potentially Ryan Bennett. I say potentially Ryan Bennett because Steve Cooper said he's taking no risks, but he's definitely not ruling out the game yet. I definitely would say 99.9% he's definitely not going to start. Potentially might be on the bench, but I'm not ruling him out of the game because Cooper's not really said anything. He said he's got a slight injury concern, so he went off the half-time against Huddersfield Town. Brandon Cooper, though, positive news about the centre-half. He did return from Newport County in January and then did get injured a few days after, but he is back in training now. In the next couple of weeks I expect him to play for the under-23s and back into the first team squad, so it'd be great to see Brandon Cooper back in the first team squad. So for Coventry City then, Darbo, Jody Jones and Matt Gordon all out injured for the visitors.
Here are my favourite memories of Viktor.
Gyökeres has just missed an open goal. Gyökeres has just missed an open goal.
So as you could probably tell from the thumbnail and the title, it's the return of Viktor Gyökeres. Now we will all remember Viktor Gyökeres for all the great memories, all the great goals, assists and the great all-round play from Viktor Gyökeres. I'm joking, by the way. There's no way I'm serious about that. He's got 1 goal in 12 games against Stevenage, and even in that game he was absolutely atrocious. No offence to him, but he's probably a nice lad on that, but he's just not a very good footballer, is he? I've said this now, cue the Viktor Gyökeres hat-trick, but I really can't call it. If he scores against us, he gets the winning goal as well. It'd just be written in the stars. The referee, Andy Walmer, he was the referee who refereed the game in November, where we did draw 1-1 with Sheffield Wednesday. We had like a 95th minute overhead kick from Casey Palmer ruled out for like a foul. It was actually Sheffield Wednesday fouling us. Also, we refereed the 0-0 draw against QPR last year. We had 3 penalty appeals turned down when we should have had at least definitely 2 in that game. So, you know, Andy Walmer, he's not a very good referee for the Swans. We've got Viktor Gyökeres returning. The Swansea 0 Coventry 1. Viktor Gyökeres penalty 99th minute. It's just written in the stars, and if Gyökeres scores, I literally won't be able to call them. I'm already nervous for the watch on just for the Swans to win. Forget Viktor Gyökeres, so it'd just be written in the stars with me, guys. Surprisingly, then there was 0 correct score predictions against Huddersfield Town. Of course, who's going to predict a 4-1 Huddersfield Town? Huddersfield fans would have predicted that, but you guys do have a chance to be featured on Friday's match preview against Bristol City. All you got to do is comment your score prediction and put scores. That's optional. If you get, say, for example, if I say 1-1 AU and Gyökeres, it's actually 1-1 but 2 different scores, it doesn't matter. You will still be featured. So make sure you put your score predictions down below, and I'd like to see a few scorers as well. So let's go into my Swans lineup. Freddie Woodman goal, back five of Connor Roberts, Cal Norton, Ben Cabango, Mark Wahey, Ryan Manning. Midfield 3 of Corey Smith, Matt Grimes, Ian Danda, and the front 2 of Jamalo, Andre Ayew. The reason why I've not took Jamalo out, even though I did criticise him heavily Saturday, is because Steve Cooper did say that Morgan Whittaker and Paul Ariola are not ready to start. Kieran Freeman's also not ready to start because they've not really played too many games for their parent clubs, or for Paul Ariola's sake, he had an off-season with DC United, so all 3 of those are not ready to start, which is a bit of a shame really with Jamalo's performances at the moment. Corey Smith for Jay Fulton, I'm bringing Corey Smith in just to bring that bit of energy to the midfield, a bit of pressing. Nothing that Jay Fulton's done wrong. Jay Fulton's played a lot of games on the bounce now, and he's not really had a rest, so, you know, I'd rest him and probably play him Saturday. Conor Horan's out the team for me. Really good player for us so far, goals and assists wise, but reason why Horan's out the team for me, as someone said on Twitter the other day, his work rate is very poor. I did first criticise the person who said that, but then the more I looked into it, the more I looked like an idiot, because he was correct. You know, Horan, if you actually watch him, his work rate for the Swans is very, very poor, and the more he's come into the team, the more defensively open we do look, which is very surprising. And, you know, I might just be a bit wrong here, but Horan, you know, he is 30, I think, or 29, so, you know, he can't play every single game. Yes, his goals and assists is really, really good, but if you look at his all-round work rate, he really doesn't really press that much. He's a bit lazy in midfield. I know that's very hard to criticise a player who's scored 4 goals in 5 games, but you've got to look at the all-round picture. It's okay getting goals and assists, but what's the point if you don't work hard? So, yeah, Horan's up the team for me, and that's a very hard one for me because, you know, at first I was thinking that guy's an idiot for saying that, but the more I look into it, the more he was right. So, Matt Grimes keeps his place for me just for the work rate. You know, Horan, hopefully he can perform, you know, Horan's a great player, don't get me wrong, but, you know, it's just our work rate. I brought Ryan Manning in for Jake Bidwell as well. You know, Bidwell's been poor the last couple of weeks. Manning deserves a shot in there. I was going to take out Carl North for Joel Atabordia, but that's one too many changes in there. I don't want to make too many changes to that. I've also brought in Jan Danda for that creative spark. Where's my score prediction then? I'm going to go for a 3-1 Swansea win. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet, especially after conceding 4 on the weekend. Goal scorers, I'm going to go for 2 defenders, Ryan Manning and Ben Cabango. If anyone watches this channel regularly, then you will know I love a defender scoring. So Manning and Cabango, and the other goal scorer, I'll go for Morgan Whittaker off the bench. And for Coventry City, I'm not predicting Gyökeres. I would rather eat an egg, and I'll go for Tyler Walker. There will be a watch along tomorrow. It starts at 6:50 PM, of course, 10 minutes before kick-off. It's a 7 o'clock kick-off, and it's on Swans TV if you want to watch it. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's been such a long week since the loss. Every time we seem to win, the week goes quick, and every time we seem to lose, it just drags. The day just drags. So hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow. We've got to get the 3 points. Nothing else is acceptable in my opinion, especially with our home form. 1 loss all season out in the league anyway, and we've got to keep that up. Congratulations to Huddersfield though, double over us, which was very good for them. Coventry, they'll come to the South Wales with you know, a bit of positivity, even though a couple of weeks ago they did go to South Wales as well and did lose to Cardiff City. But guys, like I said, let me know down below your score predictions. Looking forward to the game. I'll see you tomorrow 6:50 PM, and I'm not looking forward to Viktor Gyökeres' return. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
I need a one more chance. Oh baby, let me show you. I need a one more chance.